Welcome to Rick's Corner, brought to you by Old School Labs, the brand I trust and the only one I put my name to. Use my code drasin12 on the link below.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. I like to read the comments on YouTube, and I engage and I answer most of them when I can. But some of them are like, where did you come up with that? I don't understand what they want to know. I try to post things that I do outside the gym as well as in the gym, just to give you guys knowledge of what life's about. So last week on the 4th of July, I went down to the firehouse next to Gold's and I had lunch. I don't get down there very often. Traffic's just way too heavy. And they were busy, like really busy. They must have had a 3-year-old kid at every table. Some of you have mentioned it's pricey. Prices have gone up over the past few years. It's very pricey. You can't get out of there for lunch for under 25 bucks plus tip. And that's a lot of money for lunch. So I had their bodybuilder breakfast, which is chicken breast, egg whites, and multigrain pancakes with blueberries or bananas, whichever you prefer. It's a good breakfast. They give you plenty of food, and it's really enjoyable. So somebody writes to me and they said, okay, I thought you ate the whole egg yolk and everything. Well, I do, but that was on the menu. It said egg whites and chicken breast, so I just ordered from the menu whatever it was. Now, when you write and ask me why am I doing what I'm doing what the menu called for, and I ordered that, but normally, yes, I eat the egg yolks as well as the whites, so it doesn't really matter. However, on Egg Whites International, I do the egg whites because that's how that comes, and I still get the benefit from it. So it doesn't really matter if you mix it up, as long as you want to mix it up. On the pancakes, somebody said, why don't you use blueberry syrup? Well, they don't have blueberry syrup that I know of. So I got the regular syrup. If I can get sugar-free syrup, I will, but they don't have it. Okay, there goes that question. Then somebody said to me, aren't you going to get fat eating pancakes? Why do you even ask me that? Do you think I care? I don't have anything to prove. I've been there and done that years ago and years over, and I stay in good shape, and I don't get fat off of one day of having a couple of pancakes, and neither will you. Nobody does. You can have your day and you can have your carbs and you can eat what you want. You're not going to get fat. If you do it every day, then you'll store some fat, but not for the one day. Then somebody said to me, how come you don't have a pretty girl on your arm? Why would you be there without one? Well, why wouldn't I be? It's as a holiday. I don't have a girlfriend right now. I decided to go down by myself and ran into a couple of guys, Rick Valente and a few other guys that I know, and had them join me for lunch, and so we just had a great time. It's not always that you have to have a date or a girl on your arm. It's not the way I live my life. It's not important to me. I do a lot of things by myself, and I actually enjoy it a lot better because I don't have to worry about somebody else criticizing what I do and where I'm going and why I'm going, and it makes my life a whole lot easier. I don't have to hear, why are you going to the gym, and why are you eating this, and why are you dressing like that? Those days are over with. I'm not putting up with that anymore, and I never will. So that's why when you ask the questions, I answer them, but think before you ask, because some things you can see yourself. People ask me things about eating and diet and how I train, and if you just look at my shows, the answers are all on there. You don't have to ask me something I did when it's on maybe 3 or 4 shows ago that you could see and listen to the whole thing. I usually go into detail about training and diet and how it works. It's not complicated. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to become a bodybuilder. It just takes normal, smart thinking. You plan a meal at a time. I don't have to plan a week in advance. When I sit down to eat, I'll eat something that I enjoy. I try to keep it to a high protein content. I try to keep the sugar lower because I don't think it's necessary. And I get by pretty good like that. My training, I go more about maybe how I feel at the day now and instinctive. I went in today and I did arms. I did 10 sets of bicep, 10 sets of tricep. That's between 4 exercises. Did I go heavy? No. I went a medium weight on machines. I got a nice little pump going, and I said that's enough for me. I don't have to do the heavy dumbbells anymore, the heavy barbells, and I can't right now standing on this leg like this. I'm still a little weak, but I do the best I can, and I still get good results. And I was telling somebody in the gym, I guess it was yesterday, the day before, I said, it's really funny. After you train for as many years as I have, it doesn't take much to keep your muscle. You can just do very, very basic minimums and still maintain your body to be healthy and stay in shape. People come up and they say, gee, Rick, you stay in great shape. How do you look so good all the time? I don't know. I don't feel that I do. And I certainly don't walk around acting like I do, but I do the best I can just by consistent training. I don't never miss a day. I go in 7 days a week, even if it's just to work my neck or some leg lifts or whatever it takes, forearms, something different, just to have somewhere to go and get some sort of exercise. I can't do cardio right now for the past year because I can't bend my leg to do it. Do I miss it? No, not really. I never got much out of it anyway. But I can get cardio by working the weights at a faster pace. So if I wait 5 seconds between exercises, I'm getting pretty good cardio. I'm not even breathing hard, but it definitely works. It doesn't take the heavy weights to get results. I use the machines most of the time. I'm still getting resistance, and resistance is what builds muscle. It's just logical. I have my morning breakfast, which is basically Egg Whites International mixed eggs. I mix them with some pre-workout and a couple of different things that Old School Labs gives me. And then I have a bowl of oatmeal, and then I go to the gym. At lunch lately, normally I get a hamburger patty, eggs, and cottage cheese, but I got bored with that. I don't feel like eating that anymore. So I posted a picture of a breakfast sandwich, and people questioned me about the bread. I don't care about the bread, and the bread's no big factor to me. It was 4 eggs, over medium to hard, on wheat toast with cheese and cut in half in a sandwich form. It was delicious, and I found, okay, this is a good way to get my protein by eating eggs. The toast doesn't really matter. What is it, 12, 15 grams of carbs at most, maybe not even. Half of the bread I don't even eat. And I get some fruit, some berries with it, and put a little Cool Whip on it. Good lunch. I enjoy it. I think it does the job. Mid-afternoon, I'll have some protein. Usually that's the liquid egg whites with some supplements inside of it, or maybe a Quest protein bar, or maybe a piece of chicken, and then dinner is whatever I decide to do about going out to eat. But I keep the protein at a good level, and I keep the carbs at a medium to low level. Now somebody said, what is low carb? 50 grams, 100 grams, 150? Oh, I'd say probably around 60 or 70 grams a day, maybe, at most. I went to a barbecue at my son's yesterday, and they had food for everybody who doesn't bodybuild, and I had a chicken breast and corn and a salad, and maybe a handful of chips and dip, but no more than that. I really didn't have the taste for it. They had dessert. They had a little bit of sorbet, which was good, and a cookie. That was it. So I kept that at a minimum, and I felt good that I did. So you can get by on eating like that, and you don't have to worry about getting heavy or out of shape. And if you want to gain weight, then you just got to eat more food. People say, well, how can I put on 20 or 30 pounds? I had a guy ask me today, how do I gain weight? How do I do? I want to put on about 20 or 30 pounds. I said, well, train a little heavier and eat more food. It's obviously that you're going to put more demand on the muscle, and you're going to feed it with more protein, and the muscle is going to grow, and you're going to get bigger and heavier. And this is how it works. Now, I like to play games with people, and I'll ask people, what do you think I weigh? Strangers even, people in the gym, they'll look at me and they'll go, well, let's see. Oh, probably 180, 185. And I go over to the scale, I said, take a look at this, I'm 222. Where do you carry all that weight? I said, I'm just dense. I just carry a lot of muscle. But I don't look 222, I look maybe 190 to people. So the scale doesn't always tell you what you want to know. It's a gauge, and it tells you if you're going up or down. But it doesn't depict your size because it's hard to. Your size goes by the mirror, by what you wear. And that's going to tell you if you've gained or if you've lost, pretty much. If I lose, my shirts get bigger on me. If I gain, they're tighter. And then there's times, sometimes I'll just wear a baggy shirt because I don't really like tight shirts. And someone said, did you lose weight? No, I'm just wearing a big old baggy shirt, and that's why. So there's a lot of ways to look at things, and I do get a lot of criticism and a lot of questions. I don't know if they're criticism. I just think they're questions and people want answers, and I'm happy to answer them. But that's my feeling about a lot of stuff. It's just purely logic. It's just all it is. There's nothing behind it. And I'm back to working legs again. Not a lot, but I'm doing extensions and hamstrings. And I found that sitting down and stretching my hamstrings with my legs extended has really helped me walk better. I think it's important. I didn't realize stretching was that important to that, but it is for me at this point in my life. I have a birthday this week. I'm proud to say on Friday I'll be 75 years young, because I certainly don't feel 75 years old, and it took a long time to get here. But think of the knowledge and the experience I've had with bodybuilding and pro wrestling and life in general over 75 years, and the people that I've met and what I've come across and what I've learned and what I've shared with you. Because sharing is caring, and if I learn something that's valuable, I share it because I think people need to know. There's a lot of people younger than me that don't know about being street smart, about doing certain things that we do, and they talk to me and I fill them in, and I'm happy to do it, and I'm happy to put a smile on their face. So this is what it's all about, and this is how my life works. This is how my training goes. This is how my diet goes. And then having this show and having an audience like you probably is about the most gratifying thing I've ever done in my life. I can't tell you how happy I am and how much joy I get out of doing these videos and sharing them with you and hearing your comments. It means so much to me. And when you write in and you write in good stuff and you tell me things that you're trying and how it's improved your life and how I motivated you to lose weight, how I motivated you to get out of the bed and start exercising again and saved your life, you have no idea what that means to me. It's pretty good feeling, and I'm happy I can do it. And I have more guests coming on this week, and you'll get to meet them. I'm trying to get more women, because women need to also know what women do when they train, because most women think you're going to go to the gym and get huge, but that's not the case. So if I have women on here who can relate to how they stay in shape, other women will tune in and watch, and they might take a hint and start doing it in the gym themselves. It always helps. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching Rick's Corner. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. We're in our summertime now, and in LA you wouldn't think it's summer because it's overcast and chilly, but that's okay with me. And then we did have a couple of earthquakes, but you know what I thought? I've had a lot of experience with earthquakes growing up. I just was out to dinner and I just kept on eating when people were running out of the restaurant. I said, where are you guys going? It's just going to shake for a minute. Food's not going to go anywhere. Just sit here and eat and enjoy it. But that's all right. Everybody has their tolerance. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching Rick's Corner. Bye-bye.
Hope you enjoyed the video brought to you by Old School Labs. Use my discount code DRASIN12 on the link below at oldschoollabs.com.
Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interests as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.